On your marks, get set, bake.
I love that.
Good flavor.
That I really like.
That is delicious.
Bakers, your time is up.
Welcome back to the tent. It's Krème Patisserie. It's a Great British Bake Off podcast hosted by me, the Internet's Sarah Surf 13, and her, the Internet's Nick Jew.
It's our namesake week.
Indeed, it is. It's Series 16, Episode 9. It's the semi-final. It's Patisserie week, and it's a good time to be had there. And I was saying that if you watch our beginning, I noticed a cake in the beginning that looked very much like a Framboisier, which was this week's technical. And I was like, oh shit, there's a Framboisier.
They really tested my gangster with these pronunciations.
It was wild. But of course, the English be wilding, y'all. Our remaining bakers in the tent are Aaron from Manchester, but currently living in East London. Jasmine from Edinburgh, but living in London. Toby, who is from Sidmouth, but in Warwickshire. And Tom, who also lives in London. Because it's a vibe and we're kind of, down to so few bakers, you got enough time to enjoy a couple of stories in our news segment. If you didn't know, we have a news segment. It's called Bakers Make the World Go Round. And basically, we go dig up some news around and from the world of baking, oftentimes more bake-off centric. In this case, both of them bake-off centric. One's bake-off, one's baking show. So let's get to it. Let me click. There's a little video package we have for that. Let me go click on it. And hope nothing breaks. Bakers make the world go round. Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Freezy. All right, we're going to go. Keep running, people.
Yes.
This story is from Bloomberg, which basically means it's probably behind a paywall. But don't worry, the link I gave you should get you to it without much issue. The Great British Bake Off is a Great British betting zone. As the cultural betting market expands, fans are becoming invested, literally, in the cult favorite cooking show. This is Georgia Hall on the byline. For the past 5 years, I've had a weekend ritual. I wake up, preheat my oven, and start measuring butter, flour, and sugar, most recently to create a giant raspberry jam bun. Then I turn on the Great British Bake Off. There's absolutely no talk during the judging unless the resident Brit, me, has to explain a sponge or a spotted dick. At the end of the show, there's a spirited debate between myself and friends over the best creation and the requisite praise for the perfect crumb. There's a universe of people even more invested in the show than me, though. A vast and potentially lucrative online betting market exists around the series. Betting websites offer weekly odds on everything from who will get Judge Paul Hollywood's coveted handshake, who will win each episode's technical challenge, and of course, who will eventually take home the glass cake stand trophy and flower bouquet at the final. Finale. Bet Online, which offers odds for the show for the first time this year, recorded more than 1,000 unique bettors, double the number for any of its other entertainment betting offers on the site. The average number of unique bettors for an NFL game is around 20,000, says Josh Barton, a spokesperson for the company. That's not bad for reality TV shows. The total valuation of the bets hits 5 figures. Limits were imposed because the show is pre-recorded. BetOnline declined to share exact figures, but said the amount could reach 6 figures before the finale. A lot of the customer profiles are not playing poker or betting on sport. They're coming in it just to bet on the show that they know and love, Barton says. People have been placing wagers for thousands of years, and occasionally their bets make headlines, most recently the NBA scandal. Over the past dozen years, the money in betting has exploded. In 2015, the market for it was $37.5 billion. is projected to hit 90 billion plus in 2025. Although sports still dominates, fans are increasingly wagering on news events and shows like Eurovision, guessing the date on which the Louvre thieves are caught, and even an active market. That's
wild.
Gamblers are degenerate. Okay, they're degenerate so-and-sos, and they gotta chill with that.
The only more degenerate people
are what?
Feet people.
I got to take your word on it because you know what? I saw somebody the other day. Somebody was posting on the internet, and it's this broadcaster. She's like ever so slightly chubby for a news broadcaster. Blonde lady. You probably catch her on TikTok or Instagram, and she reads the comments people make about her. And somebody was like, "Oh my God, your feet almost show a toe," and I was like, "Oh
Degenerate.
my God,
degenerate!"
And so, can't argue with you. 1,000% correct. I can appreciate a lovely foot as much as the next person. I'm not into it.
Yeah, and I'm fully kink shaming. I don't care. I happen to hate feet. I think that they are disgusting. So whenever people are like super into feet, I'm like, oh, I'm judging you harshly.
And we'll leave that there because that's not what we talk about on this show. But check out Stay Scratchy Milk. We do talk about that kind of stuff over there. Okay, we'll talk about feet. I'm definitely talking about feet this week, just cause.
No free feet pics. Hashtag.
Bruh. And I never understood it until I saw it. Like it's like I did understand it, to be real with you, but I didn't fully grasp it because I was like, who gets feet? Who cares? But then it's like, oh, I see why you care.
No, I am truly just being cheap.
Not just you.
Yes, I'm being cheap. But the no free feet thing is just a joke because my feet are not attractive, so I just cover them up.
Oh, it's a lot of people I see putting the little black bar or something over their tootsies. They like, nah, dog, you ain't getting them for free. Which which implies that they're selling them somewhere.
Yes, it's called feetify.com.
Again, this is not what we do on this show.
And as things go, it's not overtly sexual. It's just one of those things where if people are into feet, they want to see feet. So there's a market for feet pics, and it's not necessarily explicit.
The odds-on favorite. Several UK sites offer odds on the Great British Bake Off, including betting.co.uk, safe betting sites, gambling.com, Oddspedia, and LiveScore, to name a few options. In the US, you can place a wager on Bet Online, with momentum building around the season 16 finale airing November 4th in Britain and November 7th in America. And if you live in my house, November 5th. The buzz and the betting is only rising. Jasmine, a medical student from Edinburgh, Scotland, is the season's favorite. She's one of only 2 contestants in the show's history to earn 5-star baker titles and has a 65.2% chance of winning, according to gambling.com.
Oh my God.
What up?
65.2%.
62.5. No, 65.2. You had it right. Yeah.
She's got a 90% chance of winning.
Hey. Maths be mathing sometimes. It's reaching its viewing peak in 2020. Let's see. I want to see I want to get some numbers here for you guys. You can read the rest of the article. I actually just want to get to the numbers here. So it's Jasmine and it's Tom and it's Aaron. And Tom and Aaron are separated by basically a point, 34.8, 33.3. So, I mean, that's a point basically. So that's crazy. We can get some, and this article goes, y'all. Good gracious. Anyway,
it basically sounds like our podcast live.
Yeah. Put some bread on it.
Also, I love that you're being shy about feet when we are discussing a show where they make balls jokes. A lot.
I'll out for it. Especially this week. This week has some real
a little raunchy.
I was like, y'all is really making a big deal about horns? And maybe they use horn different than we do over here. Cause I'm like, I guess.
I think it was just for horny.
I know, but we say horny and they did not. They kept saying just horn.
Because they say like Randy, I guess, but I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get the shortening of it. I'm just saying, like, maybe this show is a little
It's a little Randy.
a little racy. A little racy.
Your other story sent to me directly by the homie Frank, who was like, when do they have time to do these? He is absolutely correct. The Great American Baking Show Celebrity Holiday is streaming. How to watch free Roku original featuring the Great British Bake Off stars Prue Leith and Paul Hollywood. This is Danica Crehan, Crehan. We'll go with that. On the byline, Great British Bake Off or The Baking Show, depending on where you live in the world. Put some respect on his name. Thank you. They did that in the article. I didn't have to do it this time. Host Paul Hollywood and Prue Leith are headed across the pond to They do not head across the pond. People you got it wrong, Danica. It goes the other way. They go across the pond. Headed across the pond to judge the newest celebrity holiday edition of the Great American Baking Show. The holiday baking special will stream on the Roku channel beginning Monday, November 3rd. Oh, you can watch this now if you want to. That's early for me. I get down with Christmas, but after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't yuck anybody's yum because the world is dark and full of terrors, but in the chateau, Christmas does not start until the day after Thanksgiving.
Here's everything you need to know about tuning in. Happy Ending star Casey Wilson and girl star Andrew Reynolds, is that right? Reynolds, okay. Host the holiday baking special featuring the Great British Bake Off. I'm just going to do what it is. Stars Prue Leith and Paul Hollywood, who will judge the competition. The four celebrities competing for the Star Baker crown in this special edition are Baron Davis, Cherry O'Terry, Oliver Hudson, and Janelle James. Oh, yeah, because Anthony sent this to us in the group. Okay. When does Great American Baking Show? Well, it's out. So I told you that already. So go get down to get down. I didn't even watch the Halloween one yet, y'all.
I have not either.
I have not watched Andrew host yet. So I got to get down with that one. Because he was a baker on the
one of the celebrity ones.
Yeah.
And this is his not audition, but he's about to be the new co-host.
Yeah, he's taking over Zach.
Yeah. I had to Google Oliver Hudson, and I only know him from he was on And Just Like That.
Here, let me go look at this man's face.
But I'm sure he was on other stuff that I just don't know.
Vanessa watched And Just Like That on the other side of this wall here, so I'd be over here working on stuff, and she watched it. So I kind of heard it more than I watched it.
Only on 2 episodes in the 3rd season, I want to say.
Okay, and only this most recent season, well, the series finale, that the last few episodes was I kind of like, what they doing? Oh my god!
Yeah. I have thoughts and opinions, but we don't do that here.
It's okay. It's okay. We got people in the chat. Let me click on the chat to see what's chatting. JR in the building, man. People don't believe when I tell them that. They insist they really film in California. Trust your man's on it. In fact, they make it a point to say on the show that they flew to the tent. They flew. I mean, get out of here. I'm not arguing. We refuse to argue with dumb people. Okay, we know. We watch enough of this. We have a better understanding than they do, simply put. And so they will either listen to us or they won't. And
it's probably done right before or after they finish the Great American Show. So it's,
everybody's already over there.
Yeah, 1 or 2 days in between that season.
Yeah, that's a quickly knocked out bit of production, especially because American Style Productions, which we always discuss when discussing the American Baking Show. American Style Production is going to cram in as much as they can in as short a period of time as they can.
While they have their crew over there.
For reality TV. No other TV seems to want to film this way anymore. Because I'll tell you right now, the fact that I have to wait years between shows for certain shows drives me a bit bad.
Yeah. Or the mid-season break. Shows just came back. You're already going on break?
Garbage. That's from cable. Cable started doing that, and then they was like, "Oh, we can do that on linear TV." I'm like, "No,
I don't love that.
You should not be doing that." Those were your news stories. Hope you dug them. They'll be in your show notes. Links to them will be in your show notes, along with also a link to, of course, the extra slice. I hope you guys appreciate that I have been throwing that in there. It's been fun to watch that show. Pretty close to live in my house the last few weeks. That's Frank's fault for getting me back into it. I kept saying I want to watch, but I didn't want to sit here at the desk and watch it. I wanted to watch it on my TV, and guess what? I figured out how. So now I can watch it over yonder, and so that's a good thing to be good thinking about, y'all. But let's talk patisserie week.
Let's do it.
Up.
The signature challenge is 2 batches of 6 elegantly decorated cream horns. Their horns should consist of a laminated pastry cone filled with a delectable creamy filling. Each batch should have at least 2 complimentary fillings, and they have 2 hours and 45 minutes.
This one was a good time because I feel like it really made people have to bake.
Yeah, lots of challenges. That, laminated pastry is always one that separates the wheat from the chaff.
Indeed. Yeah, this go around of I love them talking about, like, Aaron texting Tom his practice of pastry, all beautifully laminated, flaky with layers. Tom said he is looking like he could hammer nails with it. And that theme would continue throughout the show. Just want you to know that.
And Toby called his shot in the worst way possible. Like, at the top of the show, he was like, so it's going to be Jasmine and Aaron and Tom.
There's discussion. There's going to be discussion here had in just a little bit about his performance this week. And I got some questions. But let's begin with Jasmine, who's going for maca, as they call it, but mocha as we call it. And mocha sounds so much better than maca for whatever.
Maca does not sound.
It feels weird on my tongue. It makes you think something's going to taste funky. Mocha. It's just the easiest thing. Mocha and the raspberry pistachio cream horns. White chocolate and pistachio ganache will be a white chocolate and pistachio ganache will surround a wait a minute, I got that right? Raspberry and crème diplomat. Yeah, I guess I do. And so it's going to be a white chocolate pistachio ganache center surrounded by a raspberry crème diplomat. And then the mocha horns will have a dark chocolate ganache. In that case, will be surrounded by a coffee crème diplomat. Because I don't remember if I said it or not. Crème diplomat, in case you don't know, is a light, airy, and rich French pastry cream made by combining crème pâte with whipped cream, sweetened whipped cream, aka chantilly cream. And oftentimes they'll add a little gelatin for stability. It's a fluffy cream that's less dense than pastry cream, but more stable than whipped cream. So that's the trick we'll be going on there, y'all. Toby is going for chocolate coffee. So chocolate coffee, full stop, and lemon meringue pie cream horns. It's going to be a chocolate and coffee ganache center surrounded by a coffee liqueur cream. A lemon curd center surrounded by a thyme mousseline. Hear those words. Hear the word I just told you. And topped with torch meringue. Meaning this man, once this day, made a creme mousseline. Okay? Just hear that. Hear that. Tom's going for chocolate, orange, and lemon raspberry cream horns. It's a raspberry gel center. It's going to be surrounded by a lemon cream cheese diplomat. It's basically a cheesecake. And a clementine curd center surrounded by a dark chocolate salted mousse. Back with it. Aaron is going for puddings reimagined. His cream horns are going to be flavored with nectarine and cherry compote with vanilla chantilly cream. It sounds so good. I don't like fruit in my dessert, but I'm
just trying to imagine those two flavors together.
Here's the deal. I don't have a lot of fruit favorites in my life. But cherry, nectarines, I bang with both of them, the long and the short way. And
I'm just trying to decide if I would want them together.
Hanging out, being neighborly, can't call it. But also with a vanilla chantilly cream. And then he's going to make a chocolate and caramel ganache, but it's going to have a lemon and bay leaf jam So you just hear what okay. So I'll just a quick go over what everybody else is doing. Chocolate coffee, lemon meringue pie. Chocolate orange. Everybody does that in England. Raspberry, whatever. Oh, clementine and chocolate is the chocolate orange. Lemon, raspberry cream, that whatever. Mocha is just mocha. Everybody does it. Pistachio cream horns. They clown Jasmine a couple of times this week about her use of pistachio. She just always does it. But Aaron consistently come through doing some old next level, and I just appreciate my man's skill in that matter and always coming through with a little something different.
Yeah.
And so everybody else doing these regulars, my man come through. Hold on, let me hook you with some nectarines, some cherries, and then some lemon and bay leaf jam. I need y'all to know people sleep on bay leaves.
That sounds bomb. That sounds bomb, actually.
I watched the video, and I'll if I can find it, I'll even throw it in your show notes. Sorted, which is it's a bunch of British bakers, cooks or whatever, or presenters. There's one chef amongst them, two chefs amongst them, and there's some other guys amongst them. Talked about, hey man, does a bay leaf actually do anything? Because people always are like, what's a bay leaf really doing? Turns out a lot. Turns out bay leaves bring a lot to the program. You might want to start throwing bay leaves here and there and see what it does for your flavor profile. Respect it. Let's judge their output. Toby's up top. They like the look of them. Concerned with the color. Now, I need you to read this to you, but you have to have a picture of Allison close up on Paul, kind of near his head, saying, yeah, get your chops around that. Horn. And like Toby's sitting there like shocked. Paul got his head tilted at her like, girl, if you don't stop. Allison is the best, and I love her.
She had me cracking up this week.
Yeah, she was out there, y'all. You can see the lamination, but also you can see where it hasn't baked enough. Mm-hmm. There's a bit of rawness at the bottom and a lot of butter loss. The flavor of the lemon is delicious, and the meringue on top works beautifully well. The flavor of the coffee ones are delicious, nice and punchy, and marries well with the chocolate. But the texture of the horn is too hard because the butter leaked out, because you got to try to keep that pastry cold.
Right. For that butter
to do what it's supposed to do. Tom's up next. They like the look of them. Concerned about the bake time. For Prue, if you get both fillings, it works well together. The acidity of the clementine cuts through the richness of the chocolate. Paul likes the fillings, but the pastry lacks lamination, more like a short crust. There's absolutely no flaking. Prue's like, yeah, it's a bit cakey. The raspberry ones, though, are hitting flavor-wise. Beautifully balanced, but the pastry is dry because, like Toby's, they've lost all the butter. Because, again, too warm. Got to keep them cold when it's popping like that. And they complained that it was actually warmer the 10th this week. And so...
Yeah, I was going to say the villain of the season showed up this week.
Yeah.
And the worst week for it to happen to, other than chocolate week.
Aaron, they like the look of them. Nice to look at them to eat, as the filling was piped into the pastry while it was still warm or hot, basically. So they kind of leaked out a bit. But the caramel and the lemon horns are very good. The caramel and the citrus work well together.
Prue said she'd rather look at them than eat them, and it's because it did look like diarrhea.
Yes. Really good pastry with proper lamination and baked right through. Great job. As for the fruit ones, for Prue, the cherry and the nectarine are good flavors that don't work well together. Paul, though, says he likes it because he says the nectarine kind of sits in the back as more of a note, and the cherries up front, which works for him. The pastry is good on these as well. Well done. So Aaron did, of course, this is what it was. It was the baking. The baking is what we looking at here.
Right.
And guess what? Bake the heck out of those things.
Yep.
Jasmine's bringing up the rear here. They look lovely, interesting, and neat. A nice flake on the pastry. Lovely, strong coffee flavor. Simply delicious. Lovely lamination, and it tastes great. As for the raspberry pistachio horns, well done. A really good balance of flavors. The raspberry is great. The pistachio is terrific. And the pastry is nicely baked. And they look pretty. Just all around good news for Jasmine. Like always. It's kind of boring when you get to that point, right? It's like, okay, she got this because she got this. And
and I will say the other three, if we're ranking for the sake of an argument I'm going to make later, I would call it Jasmine, Aaron, Tom, Toby.
Why would you put Tom above Toby in this instance?
Because the issues that they had with Toby's was on the bake,
Yeah,
right? And what was the issues with Tom?
the bake. It was a short crust, not flaky at all, and hard.
Because I thought that they said Toby's was under and there was no lamination.
Toby's they can see the lamination, but they can also see where it hasn't been baked enough.
Okay, so I'll flip them.
Yeah.
Jasmine, Aaron, Toby, Tom.
Tom. Yeah. Tom definitely was in the end on this, and he knew it too. And he even says they do it in a little break between. He like, got to move on past it. Next, on to the next. And I'm like, that's real. As long as you know what it is, baby.
Yeah.
It was real bad news for your boy. Ugh. And I have to wonder what was his. Okay, we'll get there. I'm questioning it. So many hot debates out there, absolutely, about the judging. I get it, JR, man, because it's like I feel like they think they know.
For me, and like we could talk about it later, but I think that there's a double standard when it comes to Jasmine, especially the way that they judged her showstopper. Like, obviously, it goes without saying, she is an excellent baker. She is doing so well in this competition. I maybe don't agree with one or two wins that she got this season, but when we get there, I want to talk about the nature of her critique versus Tom's specifically this week.
Fair. Because that's what we do here, people. Get down here.
Analysis.
That's what it is. Nick, I'll toss it over to you because you know what it is.
It is time for our technical challenge. This week, it's set by Paul. His advice to the bakers is that it's about intricacy and delicacy, and that they can make a mistake very, very easily. Paul would like them to make his take on the exquisite French Framboisier. Yeah. The judges are looking for a light Genoese sponge filled with a pistachio cream, creme mousseline, and fresh raspberries. Paul would also like them to make an exquisite sugar glass dome to house the dessert. They have 2.5 hours.
Nick Jude, don't be getting all British and saying Genoese.
I had to say Genoese because the other words were already beating my ass. So I'm like, I'm just going to pronounce it the way they pronounced it.
Genois.
And what is it? A Framboisier?
Yeah, you had that. Framboisier. Boisier. Yeah.
Framboisier. I love Genoese.
I hate it. It drives me insane because I know it's Genois, and I'm like, the Brits and they hatred of the French until they don't. Until somebody say croissant instead of croissant.
Yeah. No, this is the only thing I'm giving them. I love it so much. It reminds me of like a name.
If we didn't have dreams of if we ever one day have a dog again, of naming them of what the heck are we gonna name the dog? We said we're gonna get a Scotty dog and name him Haggis.
Oh, Haggis.
But Genoese or Genois would be a fun name for
it's the French name I love, Genevieve, but you have to pronounce it with the French pronunciation. Genevieve.
Yeah.
I have some Genevieve in my family. I
absolutely love Genevieve. And then what was I watching recently? And I found out Eugene. Oh, I was playing a video game, Claire Expedition 33. It's a very French game. And they were like, oh, Jean for Eugene. And I was like, oh yeah, that's fire. Oh,
It's like Henri. There's so many wonderful French pronunciations.
Yeah, I say my man's kid is Henry, and I say Henri whenever I'm discussing him. Yeah. So that's what's up. I had a good time with this technical in that it was it was wild to watch, is what it was.
I have to say I give Toby a world of credit for putting something on the table, because I would have thrown mine in the trash and went right on back to the hotel.
No, man. It's I love that. I love that for him. So I'm gonna give it up to my man Toby on that. You know what it is? I guess they had to make a framboise. I guess I can tell you about what's going on there. You know what I'm saying? Nick just kind of explained it to you, but basically you gotta take the sponge, slice that bad boy in half. Then you want to put that in the bottom of a container, whatever, a pan of some sort, basically, right? Then you want to take some raspberries and put them on the edge of the cake. You know what I'm saying? So they're facing outward. Slice raspberries, cut them in half. And of course, I'm talking about them big old English raspberries that are basically the size of strawberries. So,
and they somehow don't get baked.
No, because the only thing that was baked was the cake in this situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we baked the cake. You already baked the cake. Took the cake out the oven, cut it in half. Put the cake at the bottom of this pan. Do your raspberries on the side of the pan facing out. Basically cut the raspberry in half and the cut half facing out. Then you want to fill that, cover the raspberries up with the creme mousseline. If you remember creme mousseline last week, I just told you it's creme pat with whipped butter mixed into it. You want to fold the butter into it so it sets well. And it needs to be cold butter. We're getting some going on here. There we go. Okay. Then you take the other piece of other slice, the top half of the cake, whatever, slap that on top of that. And on top of that, you want to put it was a sheet of fondant. And then they wanted a fondant rose on top of that. Okay. And then they wanted a glass sugar dome on top of the rose. So the rose is underneath a glass sugar dome. And you do a little pipe work around the dome on top of the cake. Okay. You got an idea what this is looking like now. Okay. And 3 people pulled off the basic look of it, and Toby did not. Because Toby was like, I don't even care what this butter's doing. It'll be fine. But what I just told you, Toby made one challenge back in the same day. He just made a
mousseline.
He just made a mousseline. He knows how to make a mousseline, clearly. What made him just, on this time around, just like,
Did you see friend of the show, Chris Stefanski, posted that he had kind of done a similar thing too? His most recent Instagram post, I think.
Yeah. I was giving him flashbacks to the tent because he also had a leaky cake. And
because he said he had made a mousseline so many times, but he knew it as like German buttercream or something.
Yeah.
And the pressure of the tent, just, he got the what do they call it? The zips.
The yips. Yeah, word up. Let me look up my man Steph, because he has a very specific
Robert. I do enjoy Robert. I also like A Bear.
Are we doing French names in the chat?
Listen, my whole family are people with American names, but we call them by a French pronunciation.
Indeed, that tent does get up in people's abs. And yes, Frank, full show. This challenge was something. Where is Chris's post? Here it is. Nope, not that one.
He posted a couple days ago. I don't know if it's his most recent at this point. Instagram be showing me stuff from 8 days ago.
6 weeks back. I saw it. Like I said, when him basically saying how it was giving them flashbacks. But worry not. If you follow Chris, you saw it. Or if you didn't, don't worry. Instagram will serve it to you someday. So this is the process. We've laid out what they're supposed to do. And, I guess now we should judge them. Jasmine's up first. Looks quite neat. The mousseline's decent. The sponge looks okay. Well, where's the sugar dome? But it's well baked and it's delicious.
No sugar dome.
No sugar dome.
Not even an attempt at a sugar dome.
3 attempts at a sugar dome, but none that made it to the table.
Right.
But you're right. Toby.
And blew it off like it was nothing. A major element of the challenge. They were like, It's fine.
It is. The reason I know it was fine this go around is because Toby's was so bad, y'all.
Word.
One didn't cut the cake in two, so Prue's like, wait, ain't there supposed to be 2 layers? And Paul's like, just come on, baby. That's not what we gonna focus on here. Because
my larger point is that they just didn't even say anything to her.
For sure.
It. That's
for
all.
sure. But Toby put it on the table, y'all.
Ooh.
Was a single genoise, single sponge, not cut in two. His mousseline never even came close to setting up. So it was just running all over the cake stand. Meaning everything else was just covered in mousseline runoff. The little fondant top was just sliding off the lid. The flour state kind of was positioned. It kind of was like, I'm here, baby.
The cake was so little. I thought it melted. I was like, what happened to the cake?
So
I
then,
felt so bad for him.
Of course, Prue goes ahead and tastes that bad boy. It does a little like, ooh, she got a baby.
She said it was good.
It's so good. And it's like, if you put that all in a bowl, it's a trifle, and a very good trifle at that.
And what's his name? Gonna say he should have put the glass dome and poured
it in there, made it in there.
No. The thing is the cameraman too was being hella shady. They zoomed in right as that piece of fondant just
slide now.
Oh my god! I felt so bad for him.
A delicious trifle, but not a good framboisier, y'all. And so, man, Aaron. Oh, hey, the mousseline is. If you look at Aaron's is leaking when he brings it out, right? It's kind of on or whatever too, right? It's there. You have the general look up. You can see the raspberries on the side. It's decorated on top. It does have a glass dome, but boy, howdy,
it was foggy.
It was foggy and not very domey, and
but it was there.
It was present. So put some respect on it. The mousseline is split, but there is a sugar dome, an absolutely awful one, but. But the only one that made it to the judging table. So that's why that's from my notes.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice flavor. The mousseline is the problem. That's just what they say about it. Tom brings up the rear here. Looks pretty decent. The sponge is nice and thick. The mousseline is good. It's a nice cake. Alas, no sugar dome.
A harsher critique of his no sugar dome.
Hey, I mean, they noted. They did say, but where's the sugar dome? They did ask the question. They just didn't go any further than that. So let's rank them. Of course, Toby, they just say it's a bit of a disaster.
My God, on today.
How many times have we told y'all? The technical doesn't count until it does. And this is the day that it does. Aaron.
Because there was like barely any cake too. So like the baking part didn't even make it.
It was bad. Aaron, the issue with the mousseline, but you did have a sugar dome. So they did note it. Props. Tom, it's a really nice cake. Full stop. Jasmine, excellent. Loads of raspberry, neat on the outside. The mousseline was nice in shape. And nothing mentioned about the sugar dome.
Nothing. Unless it got dropped in the edit.
And I guess we can allow for that, but still. Nothing said. Only time it got mentioned was in the beginning when it was like when they were first, eating it, and it was like, man, ain't no sugar dome. And they had a bit of like, hey, dang, ain't no sugar dome. So they were kind of like salty about it.
Until they found out it was hers.
Well, no, because they don't find out until after they judged it. They judged already. At that point, it was judged.
Right. But the second comments, when people raise their hand, they go, they didn't say, where's your sugar dome?
Yeah, you're right. Respect it. That was a hell of a technical, y'all.
My God.
Probably one of the most challenging technicals they've done this entire go round. And I was very impressed with it. And not impressed with the output so much. Actually, was kind of like, but I'm also not the kind of guy, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'd eat that. I'd give it a go. I'd try slicing.
Yeah, there's every element of that. Sounds like something I would want to try.
Yeah, so
for sure.
Or the trifle version thereof.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, am I disturbing you? I'm so very sorry.
Had to step away. Hey, Mom, I'm feeling a little better. What's good?
No, she's trying to sleep and she just made a You're making a lot of noise gesture to me. I'm so sorry.
All right, Nick, let's do this. Let's go.
Oh, here we go with our Showstopper challenge. It is a macaron centerpiece depicting something meaningful to the bakers. It needs to be bold and impactful, and there needs to be at least 30 filled macarons. They have 4.5 hours.
Very good. Very good. Okay, y'all. Nick Jew, were you show stopped this week?
Yeah.
How show stop was you on a scale of 1 to 10? Where were you show stopping at?
I thought that half of them were, even though he got a finger shaken at him for making a chocolate sculpture, I thought Tom's was breathtaking. And even though he got a finger shaken at him for being mostly gingerbread, while some others were mostly cookie, I really enjoyed Toby's.
Fair. We'll allow for it.
If Aaron had completed his, it would have been great. And Jasmine's was very neatly done.
Aaron ended up having to, and we ain't there yet, but I'll just tell you, having to remake his macarons like 3 times. And they just never was like, it's just like my man JR just said, the tent just sometimes get a hold of you, y'all. Mm-hmm. And in this case, for his macarons, the tent got a hold of my man's for their baking quality. We'll get there when we get there. Let's describe what everybody's bringing to the table here. Thomas, first, he's going for a crate of lemons macaron centerpiece. It's going to be built with gingerbread crates that are going to be filled with lemon and poppy seed, lemon-shaped macarons that themselves will be filled with lemon curd and white chocolate ganache. Then stuck to the outside of the crate to kind of give it a cratey look are going to be these chocolate macarons filled with hazelnut and peanut praline ganache. And everything about that sounds tasty to me. Mm-hmm. Tom decides, I'm going to take, okay, he's going for it. Just before I get too hyped off this, the Beehive macaron centerpiece. This Beehive is made out of 12 kilos of chocolate. Too much. Far too much. And what's going to happen is this 12-kilo chocolate beehive is going to be covered in a swarm of macaron bees on the outside. Some of those macarons will be filled with mango ganache with a lemon and mango sauce, and the others are going to be salted dark chocolate ganache and sour cherry gel. Jazz is going for a Christmas tree macaron centerpiece. It's going to be a gingerbread Christmas tree decorated with macaron ornaments filled with raspberry and dark chocolate ganache. And then the gingerbread itself is covered with unfilled macarons, so the whole thing is a macaron tree. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's basically kind of what Toby was aiming to do. I just don't think he made himself enough macarons to be like, these is all filled macarons. I wish he would have go ahead and made a bunch of flat ones just to cover the rest of the box.
The back of the box. I just don't feel like anybody had 30.
I guess we'd have to rack them up and see. Because they do be counting, you know, they'll get if it looked way less than 30, I guess, far less than 30, they would have been like, hold on.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like anybody had 30.
Yeah. Macarons are rough because you gotta kind of kick it, wait for that skin to develop before you put them in the oven. And Aaron didn't that first go around. I feel like had he waited a little longer, let that skin develop, he wouldn't have been in the condition he was in that he had to remake those a couple of times. Because then he's rushing. And then he doesn't have the opportunity to wait for the skin to develop and just has to end up putting out such material. You know what I'm saying?
Poor thing.
And yeah, for sure. But, you know, yeah. Aaron, okay, is going for a sloth macaron centerpiece inspired by his boyfriend, who he says looks like a sloth when he's like kind of napping on the couch. It's just kind of adorable. It's going to be built from a sugar cookie and a Rice Krispie treats. That's your base, right? And then you cover all of that in macarons with 3 different fillings: What I just told you earlier about Aaron and his flavors. He be trying stuff, and I think I know that's his, not necessarily his saving grace, because I don't think he was ever really in trouble this week. I think that is, but I do think that is, it gives him his little tip of the hat, you know? So grapefruit and mint ganache, yuzu and pear ganache, and salted popcorn ganache. And you make that by steeping the popcorn in the cream you're going to use to make the ganache. Fire all around. The ideals are very sound. I kind of would get down with all of them. But we're going to judge them right after we come back. So, judgment. Jasmine is up front. And again, like I said, she's just, she was so lights out this week. It was kind of like, I just didn't care. I just did not care. I was like, Jesus Christ, Jasmine. So just crushing it. Jasmine needs a pen. Nice dome on the light color macarons. Not so much on the dark pink ones, but all smooth and extremely neat. Prue likes that all the surfaces are covered in macaron. It looks lovely. But how do they taste? The white macarons filled with dark chocolate are perfect for Prue. For Paul, it's a lovely flavor, but it makes them a bit heavy. But it is a dark chocolate macaron, so it's kind of on point. The raspberry ones, though, they not hitting like the chocolate ones. Paul jokes that she should have added some pistachio in them, which is hilarious if you remember, because Paul clowned her at the beginning in the signature because she constantly uses pistachio. And the one time she does it, he's like, maybe some pistachio. Ha ha. You funny, Paul. Aaron's coming up next. Impressed with the amount of macaron because it's just covered in them, y'all. The filled ones are a bit flat, and the yellow ones have absolutely no dome. If you have to look at these, so there's these, I will call it with white, gray, kind of look like a sloth. That is covered. That is the body of the sloth, okay? And then the base, because the sloth is sitting basically on like, a hill, if you will. Those are these giant yellow macarons. Those aren't filled. They're just meant to be service. So that's what's going on there. If you kind of trying to imagine what it is if you are just simply a listener and not a watcher. But they taste delicious, though they are a bit chewy. Now, macarons, I don't know if you bang with macarons, but they have a slight chew to them.
Yeah, I enjoy the chew, especially if there's a little jelly inside.
I don't like jelly on my situation, but I hear you. I see you. Yeah. Did we go to the West Side Market?
No.
We got okay. On the list. Okay.
On the list. On the list.
The grapefruit is delicious. They're just not your best macarons. Paul likes the flavors, but the standard of the macaron is simply not as expected. It was here that I was so nervous that I literally felt myself getting hot, and I had to go look up and see if my man made it. I was so freaked out by it. So I had to go ahead and ruin the surprise myself, and I normally don't. I normally am pretty good about making it. I could not this go around. I had to go look.
The thing is that though they always love his flavors.
Yes.
And if he doesn't just completely crap the bed, it's enough to get him by. And I think that obviously it wasn't the neatest thing, but with the exception of not having a full face and some of the back not being covered, it wasn't a bad looking little
For
thing.
sure.
It's just his some of his feet weren't right on some of them. The others he didn't really get no dome on, but other people had some imperfections as well. So it wasn't egregious.
Exactly.
Even Jasmine got critiques.
Yeah. Toby, very clever. That's a lot of gingerbread. They like the design of the macarons. Prue giggles while eating the chocolate macarons. Says they're so chocolatey and delicious, and they have a proper little foot, meaning a well-made macaron, y'all.
She sounded like Winnie the Pooh. It was so freaking adorable. So adorable.
Paul also loves the chocolate ones. Not too dry on the mouth and delicate, which he really likes. The lemon ones, on the other hand, he feels are a little bit dry. Probably need a little something to help lighten them up in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
A gel.
Yeah. The chocolate ones, though, are extremely flavored, and therefore the lemon ones come off as mildly flavored to Prue. They appreciate the Macaron lemon sign because he made a full sign that basically that says lemons because it's a crate of lemons. Basically, imagine a crate of lemons being sold at a farmer's market. And so the sign that says lemons is a full Macaron sign that I was like, I know they better point that out. And for whatever reason, I thought they hadn't pointed it out. But then when I rewatched it, clearly they did. I was like, how did I miss that the first time? It's probably playing Monopoly. Anyway, so you got to be focused, y'all. And they really liked it. And they thought the pipe work of his meringues in general were really good because he made these lemons, you know what I'm saying? They look like lemons. It's really well done. They appreciate the overall, they think the construction is excellent and very neat. Good job. So then the question becomes, is the bake or the flavor? The flavor or the bake? You know what I'm saying? Which one gets the love? Tom, to prove this looks astonishing and dramatic. And then Paul go right the blank off, y'all. I was kind of like, you really that mad? Fair. For Paul, this is not chocolate week, and this is unacceptable. Said that in a way that looked like I think Tom was about to tear up because I think he knew he was getting lit up. The macarons,
I just understand.
the macarons look fairly flat. The painting rudimentary. And the main thing he's looking at is this, and he touches the hive instead of the macarons during Macaron week. Like I've never seen Paul light somebody up so like this before, y'all. Ever. He was real. I think truly this was a situation where he was simply, I'm disappointed in you. You went with all style in this situation. And
I just don't agree. So I looked at the term patisserie. Obviously, it's a French bakery shop, but the speciality, a high-end sweet pastries and desserts. That's the shop. Artistry. The term implies a level of culinary artistry with many items being intricate and meticulously crafted sweet creations. Examples, eclairs, macarons, whatever. But it's the art of making pastries. So I do understand that there isn't any baking involved in that chocolate sculpture. I think that he could have saved himself some time and been able to more intricately decorate if he had done, like, you know, you get those Easter bunny chocolate ones where it's hollow and it's super thin. That.
It was it was upsetting to me in that I'm like, this 12 kilos of chocolate. It was too much.
Yeah.
It once again the definition of doing too much, and it is represented this week by my man Tom. It's like, no, don't do that.
I wish it were thinner, more hollow,
thinner, smaller. Therefore, the macarons would be more present than the hive, and I don't know. It was bothersome.
Because if he could have completely covered the surface of it, it would have been
crazy,
spectacular. Yeah. I feel for him too because he, you know, was so hard on himself. And we haven't gotten to Toby's. Let's talk about.
No, we did Toby's already. We go.
Okay.
Let's finish off Tom's.
Yeah.
Again, the hive should have been smaller to cover the whole thing's macarons. Here's the deal: you get the chocolate and cherry flavor, but the macarons could have been baked longer. A good strong mango flavor, very pleasant. But guess what? The macarons should have been baked longer.
So a little flat.
Basically, Toby's well-baked macarons didn't like the flavor of one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like both the flavors of Tom's, poorly baked, too strong, but poorly baked is how we're going to word that. Aaron's love the flavors, poorly baked. Jasmine loved the bake of half of them, not the bake of the other ones. No, didn't like the flavor on the other.
Didn't like the flavor,
and the bake was a little off on the dark pink ones.
So to me, she had the worst critique that she's ever had. Any critique, basically, except for last week. I think her technical or something was trash.
Thinner would have been hard to get out the mold, so maybe don't make a hive. Maybe make a hive out of something besides chocolate. Make a cookie hive.
Use a balloon.
It could have been a 2-dimensional cookie hive. surrounded by a bunch of macaron. It could have been a gingerbread hive, painted to look well. It's moves that he could have made. It was very frustrating. And I was just kind of. It is because of how bad he did in the technical that Tom's bacon was saved this week, and that Toby got sent home. Unfortunately, y'all.
Yeah, I think so, because Tom has had so many close calls to where it's like at some point we kept saying, I don't know if his signature is going to keep saving him, but it's saved him all the way to the very end. He's like those people on Survivor who coast to be third. But I think that Tom is such a great baker that it's not that he's like lucking up in these showstoppers. They're excellent bakes.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So that has to be respected. But I just kind of started to see Toby go home. Oh my God, y'all. Toby was crying so hard that it started me crying so hard. It was bad for your boy in that regard. I was so just crestfallen. I felt so bad for my man.
I realized I didn't finish the episode when we first talked, and then I finished it today, and I was like, it was Tom that actually made me cry about the thing that Toby said, like, it has to end at some point. And he was just like, I'm just so happy it's not ending for me. And so I don't know if this was an edit or what, but I did not appreciate the way that Jasmine, with seemingly 5 minutes left, was like, nothing else to do, while everyone else in the tent was struggling to glue things. Where at every other season, the person who was finished first would have been like, what can I do? How can I help?
Floating around trying to help anybody who needed help.
Yeah.
2 weeks straight, you've had that critique of Jasmine, because you've seen her do that 2 weeks straight.
She did it to Natalia.
It seems to violate the very idea of the show we've come to love. Yeah. And again, I know Paul Hollywood is like, you shouldn't be helping nobody. You should be helping yourself and trying to win. But also, I disagree with him on that regard. You
have 4-star bakers under your belt. There's no reason why you couldn't have walked over to Toby or Tom or Aaron and helped them glue some stuff on. No reason. And I hope it was the edit, because it made her seem.
I don't know, because I'll be real with you. Okay. And I'm here. What I'm going to say is, she's in medical school. I'm going to keep my head down on that.
Yeah.
But I be seeing all these videos where everybody kicking it. She ain't nowhere to be seen kicking it.
Yeah.
But also, like I said, she's in medical school. It's hard. Yeah.
Maybe she's at home studying.
I'm going to give her credit that she out there putting the work in on her degree.
And she hasn't quite bonded with the boys.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's a bad edit.
You've seen probably the current TikTok where it's like that 4 Non-Blondes, What's Going On, mixed with some other song. I don't know the other song.
Bees in the Trap.
Yeah.
Edit, sorry.
And it was Tom and then Leslie, and I love Leslie so much.
I love Leslie too.
I love that these two have a relationship, which you knew in the tent. If you watched them in the tent, they definitely had a thing going on. So she's only 23, but she was there for Aaron's birthday as well. Me and JR said, okay, respect it.
I don't know about the 23 thing though. I'm just saying this is the second time the edit has shown her being like, oh damn, sucks for you.
Yeah.
Actually, the third, if you remember the time that she casually was like, oh, your caramel turning. I'm not gonna help, but I'm just gonna tell you.
Yo, man, I smell your caramel burning, my guy. You wanna?
Yeah.
I'll let you, man.
Right.
But that is something. I'm not running over to just pull somebody's food off the eye, because they might have something going.
She said it has turned.
Well, hey, heads up, my guy.
Yeah.
Next week is the finale. Happened tonight as we record this here, and so there is a winner that has been crowned. I'll probably find that out. I might go and look at my sources and see if it's available this night, and if it is, I might watch that here in a few. And because I like knowing. Now, normally you can join us live in the chat every Tuesday around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard on YouTube, or Eastern Daylight. Huh?
I don't know which one it is.
Hey, Eastern. YouTube or Twitch, your choice. Make sure make sure to both comment, subscribe, and also give us that thumbs up over on YouTube. It helps push us out to the algorithm, and more people can see us, and then we get more people following us. We start doing things, and then T can figure out things like how to add links in the show notes on YouTube, because guess what? That's something that comes with more people watching. They don't just give you that. So more people watching and having more hours of people viewing gives you extra things you can do on YouTube, which kind of kick butt. So I want you to know I'm kind of happy about that. So now if you go to YouTube, it's not a bit of a chore. And in fact, now I just have a copy paste for it. But it means you can get the links to everything I'm always linking in the Spotify notes are available on YouTube as well, including where to go get, go watch that Extra Slice episode that comes out on Friday. Just beware, okay? If you're listening over on Apple or Spotify, make sure you give us those 5 stars. Once again, just helps push us out to more people and celebrate what we're doing over here. And just in general, share. If you know somebody who bangs with what we're doing over here, just share it with them. Be like, hey, you should be listening to this. I know it is no day because it's dark as what at 5 o'clock over here, but
no daylight time is good.
It's so real. If you are so inclined, feel free to message us at podcast at stagecrunchyandmilk.com, or give us a call or voicemail or whatever. Text, all that works at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We'd certainly love to hear from you and hear from you. We have a Stoneby Frank, the guy who I just put in the chat, who will be joining us live next week. It's Frank. I'll be sending you some stuff probably tonight or tomorrow night to let you know what needs to be happening here. Basically, I need you to get some headphones, a microphone, a place that got good internet, and basically a place you can sit at and chill. It's vibey after that. Worry not. But here's Frank's notes, or thoughts rather, on episode 16, season 16, episode 9. Hey, KP crew. Let me say first how cool it was you guys had Kim on last week to fully engage with you all despite unforeseen circumstances. Buddy, it was chaotic for a minute there. The whole computer crash led to notes being taken away, which means we had to freestyle a lot of what we had going. And it turned out pretty good, in my opinion. I had plenty to say about episode 9, or should I say Jasmine Week. It really was. Speaking of which, congrats to Jasmine for 5 wins, tying with season 5's Richard. Actually, I think it can be argued that she now has the greatest record going into the finale. She not only has 5 wins, but she was never up for elimination, and Richard was. She was safe during week 1, and after that, she either won or was in contention to win, and multiple handshakes. During Extra Slice, the guest Cherish Fendon, who is one of the judges of Bake Off the Professionals, commented how once Jasmine got comfortable after episode 1, there was no stopping her. By the way, Cherish, who is a riot of a personality, explained to the audience how you could correctly make the sugar glass dome. You have to be patient, be slow, and oil the ring just right. It takes about 5 minutes for the domes to properly set up. It was fun watching her describe this because she's a professional baker. And apparently a black belt in, I forgot what they said she's a black belt in. It's crazy, y'all. That was another good episode of The Extra Slice. It'll be in your notes. So if you want to go check out The Extra Slice, it'll be in your notes. You should probably go watch it. It spoke volumes about the difficulty level of this round of patisserie. When the judges basically said we have to figure out who is going with Jasmine to the finals. That is what it was. Tom, Toby, and Aaron were all up for elimination. They weren't. Really, it was.
I think it was between Tom and Toby.
Yeah. I know some overly emotional fans complained about the challenges, but for me, Patisserie Week should be the toughest week, even more so than the finals. Patisserie is all about the execution, and they are trying to determine their finalists. One lame fan suggested the show was rigged to favor Jasmine. How, Sway? Again, they should have been clapping at her about that sugar dome. Like, that should have actually been something to been pointed out. I will give you that. But I don't think this show was built for her, like for her particular set of baking
She's
skills.
just good. Yeah.
Haters. Alas for Toby. Majorly bump he got eliminated. Same. At least he got a decent showstopper. Indeed, to make a sign out of Macaron was impressive. But that technical counted this time. What did we just say? And that wasn't that the toughest technical of the season. It's exactly what we said. Maybe one of the toughest of all time. Okay, time to talk about Tom again. Tom looked his most stressed and haggard.
Mhm.
Leslie commented he always borrowed a comb to keep his hair in check. The way he looked so demoralized by the end of the episode, I'm sympathetic, but I get the criticism. He himself said he has to agree with Paul that he should have made the hive smaller, kept the focus on macarons. Plus, it would have been lighter and easy to be supported by the sapling. He was so focused on the hive, his macarons ended up flawed.
Yep.
I wonder if it might have been better if he had been eliminated instead of Toby. I don't know if it would have been better, but I think it's possible. Tom is a blessed man. He's intelligent, talented, attractive, likable, and built like a runway model.
Yeah.
People on the Extra Slice have joked about him coming from a more well-to-do and affluent background than the other contestants. I wonder if he's ever dealt with any real failure before. He's in his early 30s. His bio says he stepped away from his ad agency to help, and he helped to found. He clearly has accomplished things in his life, yet he looks like he was on the verge of a breakdown and ready to burst into tears. I have never recalled a contestant react so extremely on camera, but I've also never seen Paul get at somebody so harshly on camera. So I feel like he's okay to have felt some type of way about that because Paul really was clapping at my man. The way he tried to convince himself it was not worth getting upset over just made me wince. Toby was sad to go, but he was able to keep things in perspective. Maybe it would be best for Tom not to win and learn and grow from the experience. There's no money on the line, and outside of publishing a cookbook, only a handful or so of the contestants' lives have truly been transformed by their time on the show. You don't need to win to land a book deal. Exactly. On Extra Slice, Toby was asked an interesting question. One of the guests was Joe Wilson, very funny guy on this particular episode, a comedian who won one of the Celebrity Bake-Offs and was murdered on the UK edition of Celebrity Traders, which is a show I'm unaware of, but
The Trader is good.
Right on, which is currently running. The money they're vying for will go to their respective charities. Anyway, somebody asked Toby, would he go on the next edition of Traders, and would he be faithful or a traitor, and how soon would he murder or banish Joe Wilson? He said he's a terrible liar and blushes anytime he tries. He also mentioned Tom was hot for Paul and called him daddy and some more colorful descriptions that he couldn't say on the air. Yeah, it was really wild. And apparently there's a designated crew to clean up everyone's mess after the challenge, which I thought was fun to learn. Basically, they just walk away, they come back, and it's all spotless. There was a noteworthy cake from the studio audience. Two people, Odette and Keith, brought a red velvet cake shaped like a couch with them sitting on it and watching Bake Off. Odette and Keith were not together. They were not together. Keith was very gay, but American. But he's American who's clearly lived in England for a stretch. So he has that ever so slight British lilt, which I thought was very fun. And as Tom Allen found out with his continuing inquiries, Keith is from San Francisco. He used to be a member of the Jane Austen fan club. He relocated to Bath, England, where he met Odette at a gym where she was a member, and he was an aerobics instructor. Keith took every comment from Tom in stride. It was very funny. I let y'all know that. Well, I'll see you all during the finals. Quite literally on camera during the finals next week. It's going to be a good time with us and Frank, y'all. I'll be going to wrap it all up.
I guess my only little bit of pushback on that, Frank, is that I feel like as a gay man, I'm sure he has experienced some, just a wee bit of something. But as a white gay man, we know he's more privileged than most, for sure.
Fair.
I will say, I think that we could tell the whole series that he's been a little cocky, and like the time constraint has been his biggest Achilles heel. But I think that he and Toby were kind of opposite, whereas like Tom hit the ground running and was very impressive very early on. Toby didn't really get going until very late in the competition. So I think it was a matter of who has the greatest potential to perform well in the finale. And I think if I'm choosing between Toby and Tom, I'm probably going to choose Tom.
And you're not wrong. And it's just what it should be. Who was it won? Not last year before last. It was my man's Maddie. Was that my man's name?
My memory is just awful.
Yeah, young man.
Don't Google though. You gonna
Oh no. 'Cause I just messed
Don't
myself
do
up. Yeah. But it was. I felt like, and he was a fine baker. I'm glad he made it to the final, but I really felt like it was because how bad everybody else did that week in that tent.
Yeah.
The finale week that he came through. And
I felt like that this week too. It's like, I'm not saying like, don't give Jasmine her win. I'm just saying, to me, she didn't win this week as much as everyone else lost.
Yeah. And I know that they may sound some kind of way, but it's reality of it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, she just does a good job, y'all. She really is just consistent. Just so consistent, it's almost annoying. Dang, girl, stop. But next week's the final. I'm hyped for it. I'm very excited for it. I can't believe how quickly this is going past. It is what it is, y'all. Get in the chat with us. This will be up Friday. The edited version of this will be up Friday for anybody who's not watching. Everybody who's watching it live. If you want to watch the edited version of it, it just has a little extra zing to it, and I fixed things that I may have messed up. And if I said a potty word that I was like, "Why did you say that strong swear word?" I said something in the first episode, y'all, that you'll never hear because it got edited out. And I was like, "Why did I say that? That was crazy." So it had to go. So I have a potty mouth sometimes, and that week I had a potty mouth. And
you hold the edit, so it's all up to you. But you know how I feel about it. I'm not afraid of a little cussing because of the nature of the show that we're reviewing. It gets a little randy.
It's what I said and how I said it, and it was.
I think I remember.
It was said in anger, and I was like, "No, yeah. I can't leave that in there." So
yeah, no.
had to pull that one, y'all. It's all good. It's all good.
I trust your discretion.
Thank you so very much. But that is the show. That is, of course, Nick Jew.
I can't believe we only have one more of these.
Yeah, it's wild. And then it's like a stretch. I will probably end up doing one of these Christmas ones, either the British one or the American one. That way you'll have a little something sprinkled in here and coming up toward Christmas. Trust, I'm not doing it no time sooner. And then we got to wait till the spring for the American one to come back. But 'tis what it is, y'all.
And then you and I can talk about Wicked once the second part comes out. Yeah.
So there's stuff happening, y'all. Worry not. Anyway, that's Enters Nick Jew.
Bye.
She's in the show notes. You can find her just go look in the notes. If you want to click on that name there, it'll take you to one of her social medias, that whatever I put in the notes. I think it's Blue Sky on YouTube right now is what I have.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Go head over to Blue Sky, which I think is a very nice place. It's gotten there. It's taken a bit, but it's gotten there. Oh yeah, we voted today. I hope you did too. If you're in your neck of the woods, and if you're watching this live at a place where you have not voted yet, go vote if you can.
We didn't get to vote today, unfortunately.
We'll talk about it here shortly, y'all. I am the Interceptor 713. Bake with us again next time. Peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.
Stays crunchy and milk.